Hi, folks. Jason here, and here to do my weekly highlights video. And isn't that pretty? Just the three candles burning there. I've got a great wax pool going in all of them, so very, very nice. I put them all together, to show you, but it's kind of creating an interesting scent mixture there. So, because they're all pretty different scents. But they've all been burning today in different rooms. I've actually had all three going all day long. So I had the crisp apple strudel from Yankee burning in the living room all day. And I actually lit it up and burned it without an Alumilid because it was down there quite a bit, and it had burned really nicely with the lid for most of the burn. So I decided just to light it up. Sometimes if they're burning really nicely and I haven't had any problems, when they get down to the last quarter or so of the candle, I'll just burn it without the lid and see how it goes. And if I see it struggling or something, I'll go ahead and slap the lid on it. But I knew I was going to be home all day and it was going to burn all day, so I lit it and did not put a lid on it, and it's actually burned beautifully. It's got a nice wax pool going there, and I'd say it took it about 2 hours. So, and the thing is I noticed that I can smell it a lot more when there's no lid on it. So it definitely, the lids are imperative. I mean, usually you have to have a lid to get a good wax pool, but I mean, maybe, I don't know. I always use the lid. Anymore, I'm afraid not to, but they do hinder the throw a little bit. So it's been nice burning this one without one and getting the stronger throw from it. In the kitchen, I had my Village candle. I picked this up yesterday at Marshall's. Was it Marshall's? Yeah, it's Marshall's. There's a Marshall's and a Ross right next to each other, so I go into both of them to see what they have. But Ross didn't have anything. It was terrible. In fact, I mean, it literally had one jar candle. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't one I was interested in. And then the rest of their sad little candle collection was just like pillars and stuff like that. So, very sad. But at Marshall's, they had these Village candles in chocolate chip cookie. And then there was another one, I think it was called Basil and Herb. Maybe it was Basil and Citrus. Something like that. And it was a green candle, and it had this type of label, kitchen, from the kitchen line, and it smelled so good. I really should have picked it up too, because these are $7.99, so that's a really excellent price. And this candle has a very good throw, and the scent is chocolate chip cookie, and you can really smell it's not just chocolate. I don't like just chocolate scents by themselves. But I love chocolate chip cookies, and this really smells like a chocolate chip cookie. It's got the cookie note to it, and it's very similar. If you remember Yankees chocolate chip cookie, it smells a lot like that one, which I always thought that one was really pretty authentic too. But this one smells very similar, and it's got a good throw, and as you can see, it's burning very nicely. It's got 2 wicks. Let's see if I can show you. 2 wicks. So I've had that one burning all day, and it's got a very deep wax pull, so I've really enjoyed it today. I've noticed it's burning down kind of fast. I mean, I only got it yesterday, and it's already burning down, but I really like it. The third candle I have burning is one that I've had for quite a while. It is from the Spotted Hog Candle Company, and the scent is Blackberry Jam Butter Cookies. Now, this candle company I first heard about a few years back when I joined Candlefind, candlefind.com. It's a candle site, and there's a forum there, and then there's a review section where they review different candle brands. And it's not really active anymore. The forum is still active, but the wax review part, the candle review part, has kind of slowed down in the last couple of years. You don't find a lot of new reviews, but there are a lot of reviews up. So it's definitely a good resource for anybody that's interested in other candle brands, and Spotted Hog is one of their more popular brands on the site. It's gotten a lot of good reviews. So it's a kind of a smaller candle company based out of New York State somewhere. Can't remember what town, but and so the good reviews made me curious. So a couple of years ago I did place an order, and so I've had this candle a long time. It's burned a long time. I mean, I don't burn it all the time, but it's lasted me so long, and the scent is really strong. A lot of vendors have Blackberry Jam butter cookies. So if you've smelled it from other vendors and you know what it smells like, this smells very similar to it, and it's very strong. It really feels whatever room you're burning the candle in. So I really like it, actually, and I've kind of burned it sparingly just because I don't want to run out of it. But it is this week has been finish up stuff week for me. So I'm trying to finish up some candles that are kind of getting near the end, so I can make room for more candles. So well, I'm on lockdown right now, so I'm gonna try not to buy any more candles for a while, but I'm just in use it up mode. So I'm trying to finally finish this one up, and I got another one by the same company when I ordered, and I can't remember what that scent was, berry crumble or something, and it was really good too. So very strong candles. They are a little pricey, and the thing for me is I haven't ordered from them again because they are pricey, and you can't smell the scent first. So you're really investing in to invest in a huge candle like this and not be able to smell it first is a little scary for me. And the fact that they're a little pricey, but they're very nice candles. So I'll link their site down below, because they're very nice candles. They burn a long time. As you can see, it burned beautifully, very clean, and very strong throw. So they're worth it, but you have to kind of be a little adventurous, because it's a candle that burns like 200 hours. So, and if you don't like the scent, you're kind of stuck with it. So luckily I did like the scents that I got. So I definitely would order from them again, but I probably only during the sale, because they're a little higher than I usually pay for a candle. So I didn't put out my tarts, but I do have tarts to talk about, and I'm going to try to go more quickly because I feel like I'm rambling. But basically I have a bunch of empty wrappers to show you because, well, I melted the tart. So all I have is the wrapper. I know a lot of people use half of a tart or even a quarter of a tart. I just use the whole tart, unless it's really big, like 2 ounces. Actually, I do have a 2 ounce here. And these are big, so I do cut them in half. But other than that, usually a 1 ounce tart or less, I'm going to just use the whole thing. I don't want a whole bunch of half used tarts. laying around. So anyways, I'll talk about this one first. It's Amish Quilt from Mason Jars Primitives. And I melted it earlier. Cold, it smells really strong and spicy. But warm, it was not as strong as the cold throw made me think it should be. So I could smell it, but it wasn't crazy strong. In fact, I would call it a light throw. And so I only went for one tea light, and then I was ready to switch it out. But like I said, I'm kind of letting these cure, but I've had them for 3 weeks or so, so I would think the curing time has been enough where you're going to get the throw that it's going to get. So maybe this is just a lighter one. Smells really good, but not quite as strong as I like. The next one is another one that I'm just kind of ho-hum about. It's Kitchen Spices from Kim, and I've got this actually going in my bedroom right now. So I've gone through 3 of these now, and this one I was just kind of like, ready to get rid of it. So I threw it in my warmer in the bedroom tonight. So it's nice, but it's kind of a generic bakery spice scent. Actually, it smells a little like Amish Quilt, and but it's just not very strong. It's one of the weaker ones from my Kim's order, so I was kind of ready to get rid of it, and so now it's gone, and I probably would reorder it. The next one is Caramel Apple Cheesecake from Kim's, and this one I would definitely reorder. It's really, really nice. You definitely get the caramel and the apple, and some kind of bakery note too in the background, which is probably the cheesecake note. So if you can kind of tell if you would like that kind of scent. If you would like a caramel apple bakery scent, you would probably like this, because it's pretty true to its name, and it's got a pretty good throw too. Then been trying to work through some of my Can-Do tarts. I've got Birdie's Baklava from Can-Do, and this one was really nice. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I'm not real sure what baklava is, so make fun of me, laugh. I'm from Oklahoma. We don't have a lot of baklava here. But somebody tell me what it is down in the comments, because I'd like to know. I mean, I could Google it, but it's more fun this way. Anyways, this one smelled good. It was a bakery scent, sweet, slightly spicy, and I did enjoy it. Right now I have in Aunt Sarah's applesauce cake from Can-Do, and it's another nice bakery scent. I've been in bakery mode this week because it's been a little cooler and rainy, and I know that it's about to warm up and just stay warm, so kind of trying to go through some of my bakery, because I've got a lot of spring and warm weather type scents that I'm going to really start getting into more. So I thought, while it's cooler this week and kind of dreary and rainy, I'd go through some of these more bakery type scents, because I know I will incorporate them into my weekly melting and burning, but I know that I'm about to go more fresh and more green and more fruity. So anyways, I got off on one of my tangents. Aunt Sarah's applesauce cake, it's a nice scent. There's something a little bitter to me. It's sweet, but there's almost something a little tiny bit bitter to me, but it was really at the beginning when it first melted, and then it kind of mellowed out. So I do actually recommend it. However, it is not one of my favorites from Can-Do. I probably would reorder it. You can smell the applesauce, I think, more so than the cake. But I did enjoy it. And the last one I'm going to talk about today is sugar corn pudding from Rose Girls Candles. Now, this week I was lucky enough, one of my wax buddies, Kelly, sent me some little treats from Rose Girls and a couple of other vendors. Perfect Scents, and then the other one was from Cinnamon Bay, who I'd never heard of. But anyways, they all smell fabulous, and she was so sweet. She said she was going to send me one or two, and she ended up like sending me like, I don't even know how many, a lot, 15 or so, cubes from different tart vendors and different scents. So anyways, I knew I loved sugar corn pudding. Can't say it. Some of you may remember my sugar porn pudding fiasco from a few videos ago. Anyways, but the Rose Girls candles I was interested in trying, and she was nice enough to send me several samples of her tarts. And the sugar corn pudding is really, really good. I love the scent. I love the one from Kim's. And this one was really nice. It was very similar, but it was a little different. I would guess that they get a different oil, probably a different distributor than Kim's, because they were slightly different, but very good. It was very nice, very strong. So Rose Girls definitely going on my list of vendors to try to order from. So anyways, that's my weekly highlights for the week. And the weather is about to warm up, so I'm about to kind of put some of my bakery scents away for a while and go more fresh. So next week there will definitely be more fresh, fruity, even florally or green scents in the weekly highlights. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.